Hi, this is Ruth Theresa with One Inspiring Woman, and today we're talking about a very special national day. That's right, today is National Garage Sale Day. I know, it's always the second Saturday of August, but there are some interesting things that we could find out about National Garage Sale Day. So one of the things is, so many times people have all of their stuff that they're getting rid of out on their tables and their chairs and all that kind of stuff all over their garage or front yard. But one of the things I will tell you is, I love to go to garage sales because I love to do psychometric touch. And that's really the gift or the ability to be able to hold something and find the energy in that. And sometimes you'll even find energy trapped in it. Sometimes you can see images or different things in the energy. So that's kind of an interesting way to look at a garage sale. So many times people will pick up something from a garage sale and bring it home and then realize they really don't care for the energy of it, or it doesn't work very well for them. And it's the energy part of it, because a lot of times, like, that could be a piece that that person really, really loved. And that's great because you're going to feel that love off that piece. But maybe it was a piece that their spouse absolutely hated, could not stand, was like, ugh, I hate this, it's yuck. And so you'll pick up that energy as well. And so whatever is in there, it gets stuck in that energy. Now, a couple of years ago, I had a friend knew I was looking for a table, and she found a table, but it was like her brother-in-law's table, and she brought it over. He had committed suicide. So you're just like, oh my gosh, that has got some bad energy in it. Well, the problem is, though, is yes, it did have some bad energy in it, but I would say more than anything else, it had a very depressive energy, very just kind of like, I don't want to do this, I don't like this, kind of like very depressed, like I'm not happy with my life, I'm not happy where I'm going, and really a lot of anger about things that happened years and years and years and years in the past. Kind of like, I'm still mad about this, I'm still mad about this part, I'm still mad about whatever it was. And so it's this constant cycle of this negativity that I had to get rid of. So one of the things that I did was, it was a very simple table. And so as I sanded down the top of it, kind of to refinish it, I actually, when I got the finish off and I was kind of ready to start sealing it or whatever else, what I kept doing, and I did it over a course of like 3 days, and I was put some pink Himalayan sea salt, that fine grade, put that on the table and sand that in, because that was kind of releasing that energy as well, kind of releasing some of that energy from this gentleman that had gotten stuck in this table. So I did it 3 times, or for 3 days, and it's one of those, and that really helped alleviate some of that depressive energy that was stuck in it. Now, one of the other things I did was, once I finished that, I really wanted to clear out any extra residual energy. And so what I did was I put a selenine wand on the table and left it for about a month, so it could kind of just cure and kind of pull out the rest of that negative energy that was in there, because it was something that I wanted to use in my space, and I wanted to make sure that it had the lightest, easiest energy. And so it's one of those, I was able to do that and kind of pull out that energy. So a lot of times, it's not to say you shouldn't get something from a garage sale, but you should cleanse it from a garage sale. Make sure that you really do a nice cleanse on it. Now, one of the things that I love to get at garage sales is I use a lot of crystal bowls or crystal vases, small things. When I'm making holy water or moon water or something like that, I use that because it has a really high energy content to it. So when I find a piece, I will body test it several times to make sure that I can clear it out. Not only do I want it, but can I clear out the energy? Because sometimes energy can be really hard to get out of that. And so what I'll do is I'll do that, and then I'll come home and wash it with soap and water, kind of just clean it up really well. Next, what I will do is I will get that same pink Himalayan sea salt, that fine grade, and kind of rub it all over the whole dish and kind of let it just sit for a couple of minutes with all of that salt just kind of caked on it. That will help clear up energy as well and kind of make it a little bit easier to kind of clean this up. And then, of course, I would rinse it, and then I will usually put it out in the moonlight in a full moon, usually for a couple of days, to kind of clear out any residual energy that's stuck in there. everything can be cleared at some point. So it's not like, oh my gosh, you can't. It's just how much time are you willing to spend on this piece or this item to clear it out or to get rid of all of that extra energy that's stuck in it. One of the things I will say I am most careful about is when I purchase secondhand clothes. So if I go to a resale shop or a garage sale, or I find something like, oh my gosh, I really love this, I will make sure to wash that item several times to make sure I'm getting rid of any of that old negative energy that could be stuck in it. I don't want that negative energy to be kind of like stuck in that item or put it close to me while I'm wearing it. So it's one of those, that's kind of an interesting thing. I love garage sale shopping. I love going and kind of seeing what other people put out in their garage sales. And it's one of those also making sure that I'm picking up any energy that's there, that psychometric touch of just kind of like, what is it? What is the energy that I'm picking up in this piece? But then also learning how to clear it out correctly is very, very important. So let's do a couple of angel cards. They're flopping all over the place now. Let's do some angel cards and get us a little bit more insight into National Garage Sale Day. So my first card is New Love. I love this card because it's one of those, just because a piece has been in someone else's household doesn't mean you can't fall in love with it. And it doesn't mean that it's always going to be negative. So it's something that you can fall in love with something and bring it home and give it a new life and kind of like a new path for living. So that can be really fun and very exciting as well. So make sure that if you fall in love with something, you get that information from it that you can clear off that negative energy. Retreat. I will retreat from energy at garage sales if I feel overwhelmed by something. I will just kind of leave it there. Obviously, it's not for me because it doesn't want to come out, but I will pull back and kind of retreat my energy from things that are kind of feel like they're a little too stuck or a little bit too, maybe this isn't the right one for me. So I'm easily distracted from things. So I like to do that as well. Divine Guidance. This is a great card. Divinely guided towards items that can be yours or easily yours. It can be really fun. I love to garage sale shop. I love to kind of, like I said, go through and see what they've got. And that can be a really fun aspect of it. But know that you're divinely guided to what you're supposed to get and when you're supposed to get it and where it is. That's the fun part of it. Meditation. I often do meditation on different items when I get them, kind of like that psychometric touch to kind of really go into the piece and kind of like, where has it been? What has it gone through? That sort of thing. So I've gotten some pretty interesting pieces over the year. I love that part. I love that kind of like that energy of it, of kind of where would I like to go with this? What would I like to do with this? That's a really interesting energy as well. I thank you so much for joining me today, and I know that we'll be talking again soon.